Hi friends, how y'all doing? Allie here with Find Your Joy Yoga at the studio. So I wanted to check in with you today and share a couple of resources with you that I'm finding helpful before we move into a brief heart opening practice. The first one is Brene Brown has a new podcast out called Unlocking Us, and it's brilliant, and it's really helping me get through this time. It's nothing less than profound. So I really highly recommend checking that out. And the other thing I'm finding helpful right now is I'm reading a book by Glennon Doyle called Untamed. And it just came out and it's perfectly timed and it's shaken some shit up, but in a good way. And it's really a wonderful book. So I also recommend checking that out. The other thing is check out Glennon's Instagram page because she is hilarious. And her latest, well, not probably her latest, but she posted a couple days ago about how she's in her house and it's getting chippy in here, and kind of referring to, you know, the on edge feeling that we all have right now. Like it's totally getting chippy at my house too. And I might be the one that's chippy, like I'm totally willing to admit that, but whatever it is, it's chippy there too. So I fully get what she's saying. So I think that's just the energy right now that we're dealing with on a global level. Everybody is on edge. We are keeping it together as best we can and breathing and, you know, telling our kids that it's gonna be okay, telling ourselves it's gonna be okay, and we're walking this real fine, tenuous line of okayness. And underneath that, just beneath that surface is this kind of frenetic, oh my God, is it really? I could blow at any minute energy, right? So, and especially I think for empaths, but probably all of us right now, it's just heavy. So if we can take a few moments during the day to reconnect with ourselves, to take a few breaths, to journal, to get outside, to, you know, connect with nature and reground. It's going to help us. It's going to help the world, the consciousness of the world, to just get just a tiny bit lighter when we take that time for ourselves to reconnect and reground. So that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do every day. And, you know, it is a process. So I hope you guys are hanging in there, and I'm going to do this little heart opening sequence for us today. And hopefully that will give us just a little bit of balance for the day. So go ahead and find your mat. Come to sit right there on either your bolster or your blanket or your block or a pillow or a cushion that you have at home, whatever that may be. Bring the hands to the knees, let your eyes close. And we'll go through this briefly this morning. We're just gonna take a few breaths, really deep cleansing breaths. So allowing as you inhale the belly to rise. And as you exhale, the belly can fall. You can breathe with the mouth open on the exhale or the mouth closed. It's up to you. Sometimes it's really helpful to just sigh out that energy, that stagnant energy, or that energy that's feeling heavy. It's really helpful to exhale with your mouth open to release that. So as you inhale, think about drawing in light from the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, think about releasing and letting go of the heaviness that might be right there at your heart center, or wherever else you might be carrying that in your body, in your energy field. Do that a couple more times. Inhale through the crown of the head. Drawing in that light, and then as you exhale, let go of that heavy energy. and sending it back to the earth where it can be recycled, rejuvenated, and renewed. So when you're breathing in this new, healing, clean, clear energy, light, love. Good. Now ground your sit bones towards the earth. Lift up tall through the crown. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Feel that connection from your crown reaching towards the heaven, finding your source. So find that connection to something greater than you, but it's what resides within your heart. It's your spirit. It's this divine essence that connects every single one of us. So find that light, drawing it into your heart, letting that grow. Remembering that you are this light and that we all have this light within us. And then dropping towards the floor with your sitting bones and your tailbone and really find those roots. So feel that anchor, feel that energy moving from the root all the way to the core of the earth. Find your way of really grounding that energy, anchoring in, rooting in. Take a deep breath. Now on your next inhale, bring your arms up, and as you exhale, consciously draw that light in from your crown to your heart. So you're really aware that you're connecting to this light within your being. You're allowing it to grow. So to expand this light within your heart. So as this light expands, it's able to take the burden away from you that you're carrying, this heaviness that you might be feeling around everything that's going on. As this light expands with your breath, you're really able to feel the breath expand with this light and clear that heaviness from your heart. Let's chant a mantra Om on the exhale. Letting the hands come back to your sides, slowly opening the eyes. I feel so much better. So I'm sorry, that was actually a little bit longer than I intended, but that's okay. Sometimes you just go with what you need. Let's start in a heart opener. So if you have a bolster, it's going to be really helpful, but a lot of times we don't have these kinds of things at home, so that's totally okay. You can use a pillow. You could also use a cushion from your couch, or you can use a couple cushions from your couch or a couple pillows, and place it like this on your mat, so it's lengthwise, it's long. And you're going to come to that with the sacrum, right at the base of the sacrum, the base of your spine. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together, and then you're just going to lie back on this bolster or your blankets or your cushion or whatever you have at home. Lying all the way down. I can't tell you how good that feels. Bring your hands to the sides. Let the palms be face up. Take 5 really deep, clearing, cleansing breaths here. And feel your heart space open. So whatever's there, whatever still is remaining there that might be heavy, feel your breath, feel that energy of light moving into the heart. And everything that is feeling heavy is just melting away. So you can kind of feel this light expanding. these breaths. Let yourself be right here, right now. And now take one hand onto the heart and one hand onto your solar plexus. It doesn't matter which hand. Breathing into these chakra points. So the heart, you're breathing into the heart. You're breathing into that solar plexus. So that solar plexus is that energy center where we find confidence and we find worth, our self-worth. So we can remind ourselves right here that we can do difficult things. We can do this, even though we have no idea how, one breath at a time, one day at a time. We can do this. And we can do it together. And with our breath, staying present. Deep breath, and then exhale, hands back to the sides. Now you can just roll over to your right or left side, bringing the knees together, and just roll off the bolster, the blanket, whatever you're on. And come back up all the way to sit. So coming back up to sit, you're going to take a block, or maybe you don't have a block, a book, maybe a big book, something that you can find at home that might work, and you might not need it. But take your left leg in front. We're just gonna do a really easy hip opener, cross-legged hip opener. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk your hands forward until you feel some sensation in that outer left hip, and then pause. Just take a few breaths, pause, breathe into it. The hips carry a lot of emotion. So as we move through these heart openers, it's important to release through the hips as well. So if you want to, on that next exhale, walk a little bit deeper. Maybe you even place your forearms on your block or a couple of books, and breathe. Inhale, walk your hands back up to the feet, and then we're just gonna reverse the feet. So you're gonna take the right foot in front, use your support if you need to, lift up tall, and exhale, walk it forward. Walk it forward until you feel that bit of a stretch in your outer right hip. Pause and breathe into that. And if you feel like as you're breathing, you can create a little space there, a little openness in that hip, then maybe walk a little bit deeper. Take a few more breaths. Good. On your next inhale, walk it up. Exhale all the way back up to sit. Taking your block over to that right side. I'm just going to do a side opener. This helps to open through the intercostals, opens that front body. So just take your right forearm onto your block, and then inhale, that left arm comes up and over. So try to keep that left hip down, that left sit bone down, and just stretch it over. Just reaching. Should feel good through the side body, the obliques. Maybe getting into those intercostals so we can take deep, deep healing breaths. And then inhale, come back up. And take that block to the other side. Same thing. Drop your forearm onto the block. Inhale, bring the right arm up. Reach it over. If it bothers your shoulder at all, if you have shoulder issues, you can always keep a hand on the hip. You'll still get a really good stretch. Just breathe into that. Wherever you need to be, listen to your body. That's the whole practice of yoga, is getting still, going within, hearing the voice of your intuition and that voice that lets you know where you're at in this moment, what your body needs. And then inhale, bring it back up. Good, taking that to the side. And then if you have a scarf or a strap or a belt or anything like that would work really well. So we're just gonna do some shoulder stretching and opening for the pecs and the heart again. So take your strap or your belt or your scarf and just take it as wide as your arms, reach it above your head and hold it there, and then take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're gonna let that strap come all the way behind you, all the way to the floor. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you can bring it back up, all the way over your head and back down. So depending on how tight you are in the shoulders, I have mine pretty wide, you can tell that. I carry a ton of tension in my neck and shoulders from just being a massage therapist for 20 years. So my hold on my strap is quite wide. The closer you are together, the more narrow, the harder it is. So you be where you can be to feel that stretch. So if you are okay having that strap and your hands a little closer together on the strap, go ahead and do that. If you find that once you are up there, you need to widen a little bit, see how I needed to widen a little bit to get into that stretch and to allow my shoulder to actually move, then that's perfectly okay too. And one more time, bring it up, and then exhale, let it come back down. That felt so good. And then setting that strap to the side, bring your legs out in front of you and just shake them out. We're gonna just do a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana, bringing our heart down, ideally below the head, just our heart to move forward. So we're really honoring our heart space and tuning in to the intentions and the inner knowings of our heart. So taking this journey from the head to the heart. So think about that as you move through your forward bend. Take your strap. You can lasso those feet with the strap. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, move it forward. Take a few breaths to really get into this. And honestly, if it feels like you're not ready to go into a full forward bend here, please listen to your body. Just take it nice and gentle, listening, feeling that stretch. If you find that as you breathe, you're getting a little bit more openness, then move a little bit deeper. You can let go of the strap if you want to, and you can reach for the toes if they're available. You can keep a slight bend in your knees, and then as you exhale, move a little bit deeper into this position, getting the head below the heart if possible. Surrendering to the heart. Now inhale, reach your arms out, and exhale, hinge it back. Back to this, hands back to the sides. You can move your strap to the side, coming back to a seated position. So I would recommend and suggest that you end this practice with that same heart opener that we started with. So you can use your blanket, you can use your bolster or the cushions or pillows from home and go back into that heart opener for a Shavasana. That is my recommendation here. From this position right here, I'm going to close our practice today. Wishing you all a namaste. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a moment here to honor and recognize the light that resides within your own being, as you also take a moment here to honor and recognize this light, this divine energy that resides within all Namaste to all of you. Hang in there. We're gonna get through this. And now I have to come and turn off the camera. Have a beautiful day.